are you doing? I hope you are having an amazing day. If you are new to my channel, I'm Vera, but you can call me V. And I share stories that I receive from my followers and subscribers. Stories in need of your advice and opinions. And so if this is something you love, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Also turn on the notification bell so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. Today's shout out goes to Faye Noble for being the first person to comment on my last video. Thank you so much for the support, babe. I love you. And now you know that relax, get comfortable, and let's get right into it. Story number 1. Hi V. Last June, my boyfriend Theo proposed to me, and since then, we've been preparing for our wedding. We initially agreed to get married in December, but I noticed I was the one putting in most of the efforts. Theo never brought up the wedding or the preparations after our engagement, and whenever I asked, he made it seem like I was rushing things. One day, he told me that his family didn't agree with the wedding date and wanted to postpone it to March 2025. I wasn't happy about it, but I felt like I had no choice. In January, Theo and I had a heated argument, and I called for a break-in twice, but we eventually reconciled. Later, while he was asleep, I went through his phone and discovered that he was in a new relationship with another woman and had been telling other women he was single. I was deeply hurt and confided in my mom and close friends, who advised me to call off the wedding and end things with him. Now, Theo is begging for forgiveness, but my trust in him is broken. I'm confused about whether to continue with the wedding or walk away and heal. Babe, come on, you know what to do. This Theo is a huge red flag. Babe, listen to your family and friends. You deserve better. Trust is really important in a relationship, and once it's broken, it is very hard to rebuild. Theo begging for forgiveness from you doesn't change what he did. You deserve someone who respects you and values your relationship, not someone who treats you like an option. But babe, at the end of the day, the decision depends on you, and you have a big decision to make. What I want you to know is that continuing with the wedding is only going to lead to more heartbreak. You said it yourself that you don't think you can trust this man ever again. Walking away is going to give you the chance to heal and find someone who truly appreciates you. Now, babe, whatever you choose, make sure it is what feels right for you, not just what others think you should do. At the end of the day, it is your life. So take your time to think things over and prioritize your own happiness. I'm wishing you all the best. And now, if you have any advice for this sender, write story number 1 and leave your advice and opinions. She's going to be in the comment section reading them. Let's move on to story number 2. Hello, Miss V. Please keep me anonymous. I'm a 22-year-old girl currently in nursing school. I had a crush on my high school teacher back when I was in school. We were cool, and he helped me while I was a student. After 1 year of completing school, we became very close, and I started planning to meet him. We met a day after my nursing interview at his house, and one thing led to the other, and we slept together. He proposed to me afterwards, and I said yes. Out of love, I borrowed him money most of the time, babe, which he was not paying back, or he sometimes paid only half of it. We dated for a year, but then he started giving me attitude. I spoke to him about it many times, but he would behave well for a few days and then start giving me attitude again. Just recently, a lady texted me asking me to stay away from a man. Hey, I called him and broke things off with him, but I'm finding it difficult to move on. I also want to get back at him for what he did to me. I am lost and confused. What should I do? Babe, your feelings of confusion are understandable. You were supporting this man financially, and he was not even treating you right. Just see this as a good thing. Babe, this man is a huge red flag. Breaking things off with him was a good step. You deserve to be with someone who respects you and treats you well. Now, babe, instead of thinking about getting back at him, focus on your own healing and moving forward. It is important to prioritize your own well-being. He doesn't deserve any more of your energy. Take time to focus on your studies and your personal growth. I know you are hurting right now, and moving on will take time, but you can do it. Remember that you deserve a relationship built on trust and respect, not one that makes you feel lost and hurt. Babe, let this man go, okay? Take care of yourself. I'm wishing you all the best. And now, if you have any advice for this sender, write story number 2 and leave your advice and opinions. She's going to be in the comment sections reading them. If you've not liked this video yet, please do, and thank you. And now let's move on to story number 3. I gave birth to my daughter this year, and the family I got involved with has been nothing but trouble. They take care of the baby alright, but they don't care about me. I had surgery, and it has been difficult. Oh, and I am just 18 years old. They have done nothing but stress me out, thinking I will spend their son's money. I can't say anything because they are still taking care of my child. During this year, I met another guy who treats me very well. He gives me and my baby money and is very sweet. He is even planning to open a shop for me soon. Now here is the problem. My baby's father will always be there to support my child until I get something going for myself. And that is why I have endured all this for my daughter. Now this new guy has said I should have a baby for him after he opens the shop for me. But I don't want to. I'm so confused right now. I don't know if I should stay with my baby and hope things will get better and that his family will begin to like me, or if I should go through with the shop and consider having another baby. Babe, you've just had a baby at 18 years old. And it's understandable that you feel overwhelmed. Now, babe, it is important to remember that having a baby is a big decision. I'm sure you know that. And it is okay to say no, especially if you are not ready. Your priority right now should be your well-being and your child's well-being. Take some time for yourself to think about what you really want. Take your time, okay? Don't rush into anything. You are still young. You don't have to keep having children for men because of support. If this new man loves you, he should be willing to help you without asking for something you are uncomfortable doing in return. Take your time. If you feel you are not ready to have another baby, don't do it. And now, babe, at the end of the day, it is your life. Think about what you really want very well. Whatever you choose, make sure it feels right for you. And that it supports your happiness and your child's future. Take your time, babe, and don't rush. I'm wishing you all the best. And now, if you have any advice for this sender, write story number 3 and leave your advice and opinions. She's going to be in the comment sections reading them. Now, let's move on to story number 4. Hi, V. I'm a 24-year-old college student, and my boyfriend, whom we will call Ben, is 36. He has been my rock for the past 3 years. He is very sweet and supportive. Since he came into my life, he has been supporting me financially. When I moved to a new city for school, Ben helped me find an apartment close to campus. He knew the landlord and his family since they attended the same church. He paid for the rent and everything. The apartment was perfect, affordable, close to the school, and in a quiet neighborhood. The landlady, whom we will call Mrs. T, seemed nice at first. She was in her late 40s, always smiling, and acted like she cared about her tenants. But things took a turn pretty quickly. A few months into living there, Ben started acting strangely. It asked me odd questions like, who has been coming to see you? Or why do you have so many male friends? I was confused because, honestly, I don't have that many male friends. There are only 2 guys from my study group who occasionally come over to work on projects. And even then, we are rarely alone. Other female friends are usually there too. One day, Ben and I got into a huge argument. He accused me of cheating, saying Mrs. T told him that different men were coming to see me all the time. She exaggerated everything, making it sound like I was sleeping with this man in my apartment. Ben was furious and I was heartbroken. We almost broke up over this. I confronted Mrs. T and she acted all innocent, saying she was just looking out for me and that she didn't mean to cause trouble. But I knew she was lying. She had deliberately stirred the pot and I couldn't figure out why. Was she jealous? Bored? I had no idea, but I was furious. After the argument with Ben, I decided I wasn't going to let Mrs. T get away with it. I started paying closer attention to her, and that is when I noticed something was off. One afternoon, I saw a young guy, maybe in his early 20s, knocking on her door. He looked familiar. Then it hit me. He was her son's friend. I had seen him around before. What was strange was how Mrs. T acted when she opened the door. She looked around nervously, as if she was making sure no one was watching, before letting him in. Her husband and son were not at home, so it was just the 2 of them. My curiosity got the better of me. I grabbed a bucket, placed it under a window, and peeked inside. Oh my God, what I saw! I wish I could unsee it. Mrs. T and this young guy were doing the do on the couch. Hey, I was shocked. This woman who had the nerve to gossip about me was having an affair with her son's friend. I didn't know what to do, so I did something I'm not proud of. I took a video of them. I didn't plan to use it. I just wanted proof in case she tried to mess with me again. A few weeks went by and things between Ben and me were still tense. Mrs. T, meanwhile, acted like nothing had happened. She even had the nerve to smile at me as if she hadn't almost ruined my relationship. Then one day, she crossed the line again. She told Ben that she saw another man leaving my apartment late at night. It was my cousin who had come to visit me because he was in town for work. Ben was livid and so was I. That is when I snapped. I sent Ben the video of Mrs. T and her son's friend. I didn't say much, just maybe you should ask her about this before you believe anything she says about me. Ben was horrified. He apologized for doubting me and admitted he should have trusted me more. But the real drama started when Ben, out of anger, forwarded the video to Mrs. T's husband. Hey! All hell broke loose. Her husband confronted her and their marriage imploded. Her son found out and cut ties with her. The young guy she was having the affair with disappeared, probably out of embarrassment. And Mrs. T, she was furious with me. She screamed at me, called me every name in the book, and even tried to evict me. But Ben and I had already decided to move out. We found a new place together and I cut all ties with her. On one hand, I felt justified. She tried to ruin my relationship and spread lies about me. But on the other hand, I exposed their affair in a way that destroyed their family. I didn't intend for things to go that far. But once the video was out, I couldn't control what happened next. So everyone, am I the asshole for exposing my landlady after she gossiped about me? Or did she get what she deserved? Let me know. Babe, as for me, I don't think you did anything wrong. She crossed the line by spreading lies about you to your boyfriend. You had every right to defend yourself. And you didn't ask Ben to tell her husband, did you? Babe, you're not responsible for what happened to Mrs. T. She should have been faithful to her husband. She made her own choices. And the fallout from her affair is on her. Babe, sometimes people create their own drama. Like, why would you even have an affair with your son's friend? You did what you had to do. You stood up for yourself. And it is understandable to feel conflicted. But you shouldn't blame yourself for the outcome. It is a good thing you've moved out of her compound. Forget her and move on with your life. I'm wishing you all the best. And now, if you have any advice for this sender, write story number 4 and leave your advice and opinions. She's going to be in the comment sections reading them. And now, you know that this is a judgment-free zone. We listen, we don't judge. So please be kind to them in the comment sections because obviously these issues are worrying them. And that is why they sent me these stories in the first place. So please be kind. Now, if you have a story for me, you can send it to my TikTok page at vera.ish. When you enter into my DMs, don't write, V, I have a story for you. Or Vera, can I send you my story? Don't do that. Immediately you enter into my DMs, start writing out your story. And when I post your story, I will notify you and let you know your story is up. If you've not subscribed to this channel yet, what are you waiting for, babe? Come and join the family. Subscribe and like this video. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Okay, I'm done. Bye.